Hi guys, this is Jamie at Jamie Wilson TV, and this is my dental recap where I talk about my experience going through my denture journey, and hopefully it's open ended enough uh, to your journey, for whatever you're going through. So you just learned you got dentures, huh? You just learned that you're going to be getting dentures. Maybe you're deciding on what kind of dentures you want to get. Maybe you just want to know what kind of dentures there are out there. Now, there are certain types of replacements for teeth, one of them being um, dentures, obviously, regular dentures that just cover your gums, where it's held in by the shape of the denture and anchored in your teeth by saliva and suction. And then there's also implant supported dentures, one of them being snap in dentures, which is what I'm going for. And the next one is the most expensive option, which is the all on four, or the fixed dentures that are implant supported, but these are they're basically screwed onto the implant and they stay in there. They stay in there. They can't snap out. They're really rugged, and I guess they feel more like regular teeth compared to everything else. Again, the most expensive option. What do you expect to pay now on average? And I'm just shooting a ballpark figure here. Uh, Around the 25,000 total, including extractions for the regular dentures. So that's including everything with the extractions, your temporaries, and the complete denture. Okay, so that's all included. Usually, 25,000, 50,000 for the snap-in dentures. Again, same thing. Extractions, the implants, the the complete denture, the immediate denture, and the same thing for the fixed dentures, but $60,000, guys, or more, around there. So you have some choices to make. And what do I recommend? Well, if that's it just depends on money. It really depends on money, how much you think you can afford and pay off every month. It depends on several factors of your finances. Um, if finances are all taken care of and you don't really are worried about it, if you're okay with making payments per month, I obviously, if you're going for the traditional dentures that just go over gums with no implants, that's the most cost effective option, the most budget friendly option. The only problem with that is when you get your teeth removed, the bone in your jaws shrink, and they shrink dramatically if you do not have implants in your mouth. If you have implants in your mouth, your bone structure in your jaw does not shrink dramatically. It still, I think, it still does shrink, but very minimal. Like the bone that surrounds the implants, it just caused the bones to uh, be creates itself over the implant over and over again. It's hard to explain, but you don't get significant bone loss when you have implants. So if you go middle ground, I think snap-in dentures are a good option. Like I said, they're mid-range price. It's still expensive, very expensive, but I think it's the best option that you can go for because one, you're going to get the implants. Two, you're going to get stability once the denture snaps into place, and there is a significant difference. I'll tell you why in a second. And if you go through the third option, obviously you're going to get an option that is going to feel more like your own teeth, super sturdy. It's just super expensive, super expensive. So it just depends on you what your needs are. But for me, and why I chose the snap-in dentures is, the firmness, the implants in the jaw, not shrinking my bone down compared to not having implants, and the option to actually remove the plate with snap-in dentures. You can, when you have the snap-in dentures, you can remove the plate or part of it anyway, so you can taste the food. If you're wearing the regular dentures, you're gonna have a plate up there, guys, and it doesn't bother me as much now, but you can feel like you have hockey pucks in your mouth, and you start to lose the sensation of food a little bit. But yeah, regular dentures are not that bad though. Once you get used to chewing with them, they're not so bad. And speaking with them, it's not so bad. It's just a matter of your dentist making sure it fits right in your mouth. You got to make sure you're communicating with your dentist correctly, and he's correct. He's communicating with you. You got to have that communication. You got to learn how to communicate in this process. So hopefully, I explained that well enough about the denture part. Um, so, what do you expect when you get your dentures? First of all, if you just got your teeth pulled out, you should be able to get your temporary denture, which is called an immediate denture, right away, usually the second day or even a couple of weeks. And you're just going to get used to wearing them. It's weird at first. It feels like a foreign object in your mouth. Um, I don't know if any of you guys wore like vampire fangs for Halloween, but it's kind of almost that sensation where there's something foreign in your mouth and you're trying to learn how to speak with it. You're going to have to learn how to eat with it. But the first week, it's just getting used to the fit. You might have some issues with chewing on your cheek. You might have some issues with speech, eating. I think I've already said that thousands of times already. But I think for me, after the 6 week mark, I got better with speaking. I was speaking fairly okay around the 6 week mark. I was eating pretty much everything I ate before at the 6 week mark. There are some foods I had issues with though, and I still do. Uh, some salads I have issues with. Stringy meats like pot roast. Some sandwiches that have like deli meat in it and cheese that's hard, like Swiss cheese. I have sometimes a hard time with that. Um, yeah, some other types of foods. Nuts. Don't eat nuts, guys. That will break your denture in half. Um, yeah. Oh, yeah. Chewing. You have to get used to chewing a different way because before, with your regular teeth, depending on the health of your teeth at the time, uh, you were chewing like that, kind of like cows and humans chew almost the same kind of way. But with dentures, you kind of have to think of chewing up and down, up and down. You have to think about mashing instead of grinding. Another thing is a couple other things that happens when you have dentures in your mouth is you're going to get food stuck in them. And the big culprit, especially in the beginning, is you're going to get a lot of the food in the bottom of your denture. And you might get some in the top, but mostly in the bottom. And that's a problem area. And I've tried using adhesives when I was told that I can use adhesives. It was usually after the 2nd week mark, you can start using the adhesives. But it was just too damn messy. It was too damn sticky. It was a pain in the butt to get off. And I just, no, I'm not going to invest my money into adhesives. And this, most of the time, they were not working. Like, there were some adhesives that would last pretty much the whole work shift, but there were some that didn't. And sometimes the adhesive would just stay on my gums for like the whole day, even following all these different care instructions on how to get rid of the adhesive off the gums. It was pretty tricky. But I chose not to use adhesives pretty much after that second or third week. I was just like, forget it. So your muscles in your mouth and your cheeks and your jaw, they're going to change. They are going to really start working on their own. And it's going to take time, but soon, you won't even notice it that all these things are happening. All these muscles are activating to keep your dentures in your mouth, because without the muscles in your face, your dentures are just going to flop. They're just going to flop around and maybe fall out. Um, but the muscles will definitely keep it in place when you're eating and when you're speaking. And you'll start to realize that you're doing things a little bit different here and there. Um, like you notice yourself pausing a moment to suck your dentures into place, and then you get that firm grip. You know what I mean? And it's just the way it is. And now, I don't want to get too ahead of myself. I think the next episode will be about implants, so I'll follow this up with implants. But dentures aren't so bad after you get used to it, and you can still enjoy food. Um, Definitely take your time eating different types of food and challenging yourself to speak. I found that reading out loud is good. Doing these videos with you guys has been helpful because it helps me practice to speak and make a diary of out of all of this. Um, Practice your words, your speaking. Practice on the words that you're having trouble with. And if there's certain types of food you're having trouble with, take your time, come back to it if you have to. Experiment with different. Do you see the rhythm here? You're going to have to, you know, relearn how to eat and relearn how to speak again. I'm going to end this video right here, guys. I think this is about as much as I want to talk about dentures. It's just, in my case, I got the snap-in dentures, and they're staying in place on my bottom implants because that's where I have my first snap-in set on the bottom. The top ones are not ready yet, but we'll talk about implants in the next episode. Thank you all for watching. Talk about your experience or what you think you are going to experience down the road in the comments below. Have a good day.